Okay, so let's get these batteries on the camper. Yeah, this second. Okay. Now it's a little warm today. It's in the 70s. I should have done this when it was cooler. Okay. Straight. Okay. Okay, put this one here for now. Okay. Ooh. Let me. Oh, I'm turning on the fan. There's no battery, so there's no power. I don't know if I mentioned it. Yeah, I did. The other batteries were already 7 years old, so they're pretty old. Time to change. I was thinking last night that I'm having doubts about applying for X10. X10 has gotten overcrowded now. People know about it. It used to be some sort of a secret, but it's gotten overrun. That's the word. And going backpacking, if I don't have anybody to go with me to help me drag out a deer, that's gonna be difficult. I need to go to a place that I can use the quad basically almost to the deer, so I can drag it out. So I have to look at the map and see if I'm gonna apply some other places. D8 is pretty much, I've been going there for over 35 years. Overgrown with trees, can't see anything. There's no advantage there, because when you look out some sort of a vista, there are very few places where you're gonna have a vista to see any deer in the distance like you can in X10. I gotta kick it around and see if I'm gonna go to maybe D7. X9, you need points. 9A, 9B, you need points. I know where there's some deer there, big ones. And you do have the vistas, you do have the views. Far away you can see deer, but not a chance of getting out. Since they came up with this point system, it just screws everything up. X12, also the same thing. X12 is very favorable, it's very good. Yeah, I see some big deer there. But again, points, you need points. And it's a point a year. So let's say I apply this year. I'm 69. They say no. Then I apply next year. I'm 70. Say no. And then they apply 71. And then at 72, maybe I'll get it when I'm 72. By then, I don't think I'll be doing backpacking. So, and then the desert. They do have deer, but man, talk about hot. D14 is in Big Bear. Yeah, you might get lucky in seeing a deer, but there's also a lot of people going up there. The A zones, the A zone, it's huge. It's from LA to San Francisco. Mostly it's private property. You need to know somebody that lets you in the ranch. Most of the people there are those wealthy liberals. They don't want hunters. They don't like hunting. They have the deer as pets. So that's out. It's hard to find a little niche. There's a great amount of new hunters now, especially the Mexican guys. They go in big groups and they really comb an area and they brush them, they push them up, and they do herding, which is supposed to be illegal, but they do it anyways. So I don't know if a guy asked me if I was gonna do extend, and I say yeah, maybe. I'm not sure now. D8, I think it's out. I haven't hunted the lower parts of D8. I always go up to the 8,000, 7,000 elevation. It's there's very few places you can actually view an area in glass for deer. So the technique there, you have to walk through the woods. You're crunching, twigs and leaves and stuff, and the deer's gonna hear you, and it's gonna smell you before you do see it. So that's why I'm kind of excluding D8, even though I know that area pretty good. It's just gotten difficult. They haven't done any logging or anything. They started doing some logging now in some areas last year, but I can think I'm looking at the area of my mind. I'm looking at the map. I'm looking at the meadows in the open areas, and there are very few to say, yeah, I'm gonna try there. And X zones are the better ones. The 9, the 12, especially the 12. Man, if you see what I see up there, but it's hard to get a tag. It's very hard to get a tag. It's almost impossible. So I don't know. The areas that you're gonna have better chances are the private areas where they have some crops, and like in Utah and especially Utah, there's a lot of farming up there in that state, and there's a lot of deer that go down and eat, and you see them every afternoon. You can just see herds of 10, 12. In Colorado also, you see them right off the road. There's some private properties, but you can, if you see the house, you say, okay, let me go over there and knock on the door, but over here in the A zone where the liberals live, most of the liberals, I'm not going to say all of them, you can't see the house. The gate is here, it's locked, and the house is behind a hill, 2-3 miles back there. And the chances of bumping into one of them and say, hey, you think I can hunt your land? They're going to say, no, leave my deer alone, because they think they own it. It's on their land. So I don't know what I'm going to do this year. So I'm still going to get the truck ready. I still got to do the gauge connection to the batteries to tell me the power level. And I still got to connect the lights so the truck and the lights from the camera. So I got some projects on the truck. So when I'm finished here with the batteries, I have to go to the boat now. I have to start putting the boat, the engine back together. Can't delay it anymore. All right, guys, I want to let you go. I got to get back to work here. Okay. So now I already got one battery in, and I didn't video I haven't done the connection yet, but I'll explain it. It's real simple. The batteries, two 6-volt batteries to make it into a 12. you have to connect a positive to a negative. In this case, the battery that's in there, I just connected the negative wiring for everything, and I want to connect the positive on this side and then the negative on this side, and then slide it so I can do, you know, the rest of it. And also, while I'm at it, I haven't pushed it in all the way because I'm going to do a MacGyver. Before installing the camper, I pre-saw or pre-think or whatever you want to call it necessary. I thought it was necessary to have a hole in the floor of the bed to run wirings just in case, and I've been doing that. So what I did now, I went under the truck, ran a hanger. I'm going to hook it up to this wire, run it out to the cab to connect this gauge that I found a spot to connect it to the battery, so it tells me what the battery is. It has in power. Renogy converter converts the 12 volt into 110, and what it tells me there is what the battery is receiving from the solar panel, and it was giving me a false reading because the batteries basically, they were dead. One was completely dead, the other one was dry, so I wasn't getting exactly the information that I needed. So I said, okay, I'm going to have a wire directly to it, and I'm going to connect it in a way that when you turn on the switch, it turns on the power to the gauge. Otherwise, it's going to be draining the gauge. It's not going to be a lot, but it is going to be draining if you leave it on, right, directly. But I'm going to connect these to the post, negative and positive, and then connect it to the gauge and the power switch. All right, so I want to lay down. I don't know if I should video that because it's kind of uncomfortable. All right, let me see. Take this. And I brought another camera because I want a video. I want to have a better idea what else is in there because I can't really look. Okay, I'll take these down. Let me put you over here. And I think you can get the sense of it. Let's see if we can do it. Okay. Okay, there's no additional wires not connected or anything, so okay, we're good. And I saw the hanger back in there, so let me get this ready to be pulled out. And if you want to save money, you gotta do it all yourself. If you have this done, you know what that's gonna be expensive. Okay, let's go in here. There's my hanger. Pull it out. And there's my wire. It's good to think ahead, because you know sometimes you need to do some things. And so the hole that I opened, it's only about 5/8 or so. Okay, and the idea is to run the wire down this bundle and then up into the cabin. And I think I got enough to do that. Okay, it looks like it's tangled up a little bit, but I want to go up there now and put the battery in its place. I only got a little loop here, that's it. So I'm gonna put this aside so I can push the battery and get the rest of the wiring done. All right, later. Well, there it is. It's connected. Fan's running. Bringing in some fresh air. So the little black ground connector came off. I had to redo it. And what I did also, because I have a 2x6 on the floor of the truck, and it was painted, and I thought that would make it easier to slide, but it wasn't. So what I did, I sprayed some lithium on the board so I can get the battery forward and back, and so because I'm working basically with one hand, I can't get both hands in there. So then I pushed the other one in the front, got the other one in. These batteries are tall. I thought it wasn't even gonna fit in the that's what I was telling the guy. I said, that battery's too tall. He goes, no, that's all right. And I said, no. And he went and got the old one, put it next to it. I said, okay, you're right. You know your batteries. So it barely makes it. I mean, it barely makes it over the top of the lug, of the post, I mean, under the opening there, the wood. So I'm gonna fix that connector. I'll put back the door because I have to remove it. It's getting all beat up. And turn this off. It pulls in some cool air from one side. And then clean up and take all the tools away. All right, we'll continue later.